The Yakuza, or Like a Dragon franchise, is one of my favorite franchises of all time. I could say I'm honestly a super fan. I've been playing the series since May 2021 with Yakuza Like a Dragon, or Yakuza 7, and I played that within May 2021, and then I just snowballed. I beat every game, 0 through 6, including Dead Souls, in June 2021, moved on to Judgment in July 2021, and been following with every game since. I love the franchise to death, and I thought, hey, let's give our opinion and piss off the Yakuza community. Community's very passionate, but they're like Persona fans. They are very, I wouldn't say split into tribes, but no, we're split into tribes. And I think a lot of my opinions here will shake up the fan base a little bit. I will probably get hate comments for this. But once again, just my opinion. I'll put it fully out there. No game will be either D or F at worst. We'll have some games in C, which means they're fine. I don't think any of the games in the... Excuse me. I don't think any of the games in the Yakuza franchise is bad per se. I just think there are some weak ones in the pack. And yeah, oh man, I can't wait to get roasted for what my least favorite game of the franchise is. Anywho, let's just get this out of the way. Snowy Angryment. What is your name, sir? I'm just gonna say it right now. I'm gonna make the Australian man very happy. Lost Judgment and S. I genuinely think Lost Judgment is my favorite game in the franchise. I love the combat. I love the story. I think it's also because I love the stories, because I'm in the educational realm, so I can really relate to what's going on there. Side quests are great. I just love everything about Yagami and the crew, and this one does just run circles around the original Judgment. And yeah, no, just I wouldn't say, I mean, okay, there's a little biased. I have the first signed copy with Greg Chun and Todd Habercorn, who are English dub Yagami and English dub Kawana, so I do have a little bit of bias there, but no, I think Lost Judgment is one of the best in the franchise, and if you don't want to tucker through all the Yakuza games, I'd always recommend Lost Judgment, or even better, Like a Dragon. Yeah, Yakuza Like a Dragon. I think that's another S tier. I love Yakuza Like a Dragon. It's what got me into the franchise. I have a first signed copy with George Takei and KG Tang, and I am absolutely in love with the series. Ichiban, I think, is my favorite protagonist of all time. I have a statue with him. I have a print of him. And I think KG Tang just does a fantastic job bringing a lot of life into that character. And I don't know, just the special moves are so ridiculous. The overall of it is just, it's so good. And no, like, there are problems with Yakuza Like a Dragon. Like, 2 million yen thing, kind of ridiculous. But once you know, you know. And I don't know, I think above all, Yakuza Like a Dragon, it's because it's my first why it's up here, but I think overall it's really strong. These are the two I always recommend for someone who doesn't want to do all the games in the series and just wants to try it out. These are the two I always recommend. Now we're actually going to go down the list. I just kind of jumped to the tangent. Original Judgment. I genuinely think Original Judgment, B tier. Yeah, no, I'm gonna stick my guns high B. I think Judgment's a great game. I love the story. It's probably the strongest of the stories in the Like a Dragon series. But the Mortal Wounds mechanic, really stupid. Along with, I don't know what about this game. I don't know why the Yagami Detective Agency and God, the other detective agency that's like across town, you have to like go across town so many darn times. And it's so ridiculous. Taxis aren't great in terms of spots, and it's like, you gotta do it. They have you run between those two districts so much. But I like Judgment. I don't think it's bad per se. Just there's a lot of little annoyances that annoy me. And actually with Judgment, A tier. I'm gonna bump it up. It's probably gonna be lower A tier. But yeah, no, Judgment's just a really fun, strong game. I really enjoy it. I actually do need to replay it. There's only one Yakuza game I have replayed. We'll get to it, but man, it's not one you're expecting. Anywho, Like a Dragon Ishin, the remake of it, Ishin Kiwami, as it's known in Japan. I think this game's a B tier. And even then, I'd probably even put it down C. I played it. I beat it. But I don't remember anything about it. All I remember is going cuckoo for the chicken racing. I don't know why I had so much fun with it. But yeah, there's not much memorable with Ishin. It's a sound game. I enjoyed myself with it. I thought it was fun. And yeah, I thought it was fun. I don't know. Ishin is in such a weird spot within like the Like a Dragon verse, I guess, our multiverse. Like, I liked it. I thought it was good, but I don't remember much about it, which saddens me. And maybe one day I need to replay it, and then I'll get accustomed to actually enjoying it. But yeah, no, Like a Dragon Ishin, if you can get it for around $30, I think it's worth a play for sure. And now, as I'm filming this, 2024, not my game of the year, but my most anticipated, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, doesn't go in C tier. I'm just putting it there for now. This game is... I was looking forward to it so much. The end of Like a Dragon's, Yakuza 7's ending just put me to tears. I was more... Oh, sorry about that. I was so hyped for this game, and I think my biggest problem is I was overhyped, because in all honesty, I think it's top of A tier. They fixed so much battle mechanic stuff from 7 that it's the best mechanically in the series. I think for the RPG wise of the two, I think it is definitely a lot better. It has a Yakuza 5 problem where they really wanted to pull the punches, but they didn't give themselves enough time to really flesh it out. Like, especially with the story. Like, if they gave the story maybe 2 more chapters to flesh out some plot points that they just kind of left out in the open. Like, I enjoyed myself. I thought it was fun. I mean, the weekend it released, I was hosting a trivia show at Anime Washington. And I have a first-time copy by Chitose, Suzy Young, and Psycho from Elizabeth Maxwell. I have a first-time copy from them both. And it's a fun game. Infinite Wealth is infinite fun. I enjoyed all the side games, but I wish some things were more fleshed out. Just the biggest improvement and what carries this game for me is the combat, and then a few of the characters like Tomizawa, my beloved. But yeah, if you could play Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, go for it. It's really good. I think these 3 are like the trifecta for beginning Yakuza players in terms of these types of combat. Speaking of a game that's actually been flown under the radar, Like a Dragon Gaiden. Oh, I should mention though, my 2 platinums. I've only platinumed 2 games. One of them's Infinite Wealth. I put 140 hours to platinum that game. Not proud of it, but I did it. Next, Like a Dragon Gaiden, The Man Who Erased His Name. I originally played this in Japanese, but then I watched a friend play it in English dub. I prefer playing in the English dub. Call me weird, but I don't mind it. I think Yang Ya did an decent enough job as Kiryu. He wasn't like my first pick, but I mean, I was there at Anime Expo during that panel. I got to hear the voice firsthand, and it did give me some chills. But I mean, I really think Yang Ya wasn't the worst choice. Not the best, but not the worst. But Like a Dragon Gaiden, fun little side story. I actually wanted the physical so bad I imported it through Play Asia. Combat's the best in the series. Combat by far. I think it's so much fun. And for a 30-hour romp for like $40, it's 40 physical. I think it's 50 digital. But yeah, I liked Like a Dragon Gaiden. The Man Who Erased His Name. I thought the Coliseum was a lot of fun. I played it also at PAX West too, and I knew the combat was gonna be the best. I fell in love with the game. I love everything about it. I love dressing up Kiryu. Oh, sorry, Joru. Ooh, sorry, don't want to give that away. But I don't know. Something about Like a Dragon Gaiden. It's a lot of fun. And honestly, I'm putting it in A tier. I really liked Gaiden. I thought the ending was very emotional. I loved everything about Gaiden. It was a very, very fun experience, and I really enjoyed it. It was a good time, and it was a pretty great game. Anywho, we're going backwards within the series. This is fine with me. Yakuza 6, The Song of Life. Why is it called The Song of Life? I don't know. You tell me. But I like Yakuza 6. The combat doesn't bother me. I'm not a completionist or anything, but Yakuza 6 I enjoyed. I thought it was a good closing book to Kiryu Kazuma's story. I loved the new cast. I'm actually kind of happy they didn't go with the older cast members like Yuta and them. That group from Hiroshima, or I forgot the city, but I think everything in Yakuza 6 is fun. The side games are a little but honestly, in perspective, Yakuza 6 probably top of B tier. High B, low A is probably where I put it. Yakuza 6 is a lot of fun. Can't really go wrong with it. I enjoyed it. And yeah, I enjoyed it. Yakuza 5. Yakuza 5. This was near the end of the month where I was pushing to get these games done. Yakuza 5 is a biggie. Shinada, my beloved. Yakuza 5 is fun. It has the same problem that Infinite Wealth has story-wise, where they bit off more they can chew. Basically, for the amount of story they're telling, there's not enough time to tell the cohesive story. They cut corners left and right. Gameplay-wise, is a lot of fun. Counter rates are insanely high in this game for some reason. The Haruka segments with the idling, being an idol, I honestly did not mind it. I enjoyed it. I loved being just a complete ass during the Haruka like meet and greets and like the comedy show and stuff. I enjoy Yakuza 5. I don't understand the hate it gets. And with Yakuza 5, I think I'm gonna have to do this. I think that is how I feel. People are gonna call me crazy for putting all the Dragon Engine games up top, but I like the Dragon Engine. Anyway, probably my most controversial statement's coming up. Yakuza Dead Souls, I don't think is the worst game in the franchise. Yes, I've played it. I've beaten it. I almost 100%ed it. I don't think Yakuza Dead Souls is the worst game in the series. That being said, I mean, it's still C tier. The controls are a little weird. I love getting hit by rocks. I love cross-dressing Daigo. I don't know. Dead Souls was fun. It's not a game for everyone. Like, I wouldn't tell a first-timey Yakuza fan, yo, go play Dead Souls. It's gonna be so much fun. But I would tell someone, like, you know, if you're craving more Yakuza, Dead Souls is there. And on PS3, it runs okay. I had a few stutters with a lot of enemy encounters, but nothing I couldn't handle. But yeah, Yakuza Dead Souls is an interesting take on the series. It was built on Yakuza 4's engine, so like gunplay, ugh. But like, I don't know, if you're looking for some good laughs and just a good old time, I mean, the monsters are, you know what? I'm not gonna tell why the virus is happening. You'll have to figure that out yourself, because it is. You can't take the story serious at all with what it's implying. But yeah, no, Yakuza Dead Souls, it's fine. I think it's good. If you can get it cheap, get it cheap. Don't emulate it. PS3 emulation ain't there yet, but if you can get it on native hardware, I think it's okay. And now for the biggest womp womp, Yakuza 4. I do need to replay this game. This is one I thought was I think I was just getting burnt out when I played Yakuza 4. Yakuza 4 is fun. I enjoyed its story all the way until the end. Screw the final fight. That fight sucks. But I love Akiyama. I love Tanimura. Shinada's section was Kiryu's section was alright. Yakuza 4, I definitely do need to replay it. I don't, all I remember is like the underground was introduced and rooftops. And I kind of wish they were back for future games, because, you know, it adds more expansiveness to Kamurocho. And Yakuza 4, yeah, I need to give more time, because I really just kind of breezed through the main plot. And that's basically it. But in all honesty, Yakuza 4 goes right here. It's not my least favorite, but I'd rather play Dead Souls. Oh, I'm gonna get so much hate. I prefer playing Dead Souls over 4. I'm a dead man. And speaking of being a dead man, Yakuza 3. I don't hate this game. I think it's pretty good. This is the one game I've replayed. I played Remastered, and then I picked up the original PS3 copy and wanted to see what everyone was talking about. Yeah, no, if you could play Yakuza 3, play it on the PS3. That version, I don't know, something about it, I'm not getting Yakuza vibes. I enjoy it. I enjoy the story. Yakuza 3, genuinely better than Dead Souls. I think it's a great game. I don't hate it, honestly. I'm going to be even more controversial and put it in B tier. I think Yakuza 3 is a fun time. I genuinely really enjoy it, and I think the Yakuza 3 haters need to take a chill pill, because I don't think Yakuza 3 is bad at all. I think it's a fine game. I think it's a fun game. And if you find it cheap for PS3, and if you have a PS3, go for it. And if you want to play Remastered, just use some mods. But yeah, Yakuza 3 is a fun time. I enjoy it. I mean, all these are fun times. But yeah, Yakuza 4 is just the one I had the least amount of fun with. I just really got to replay it. Anyway, Kiwami 2. I have not played. I'm going to scroll down here. Yeah, my non-plays. I have not played the PS2 games yet. Still need to. Kuroiwa and Kuroiwa 2 are the Yakuza Black Panther games. I have them on PSP Fans translated. I'm just playing other games right now, like Persona 4 Golden finally. I unboxed that. Check in the cards. Wow, I'm shamelessly plugging right now. Yeah, check in the card right there. It'll pop up on screen unless I forget. But yeah. Oh, and then we have Kenzin. There's no good way to play an English version of Kenzin. PS3 emulation's really shoddy, and I can't read Japanese, and I'm not playing original version of Ishin. I played Ishin Kiwami. Anywho, Yakuza 2 Kiwami. I like the story. I think it's a good sequel to Yakuza 1, and I really enjoy Kiwami. In all honesty, it's right here. I don't mind it. I know a lot of people are like, "Wah, Dragon Engine, wah." I don't know what the problem is. I think the Dragon Engine isn't bad. I think the story overall is really solid. I mean, the upgrade mechanics in 6 and 2 can kind of like suck. They suck. Colored orbs, yippee. But I don't hate Yakuza 2. I think it's a really strong contender. And how this tier list is going, it's middle of the pack. So, fun. Now, this is where everyone's gonna leave, because I'm sorry. Yakuza Kiwami, in my opinion, is the worst in the franchise. I don't like Yakuza Kiwami. I like the story, but Majima Everywhere, I don't like. I just don't like the Kiwami heat system. I thought it was really stupid. I don't like the Zero combat. I don't know if I'm just a one brain-celled idiot or what. Because this one and Zero are people's favorites, and I can't with Kiwami. I don't enjoy Kiwami at all. I mean, it's redeemable. It's fine. Like, it's a good game. The movie is hysterical. Put an out-of-context clip right here. But yeah, no, Kiwami is a fun game. I just don't... I don't know. It just didn't vibe with me. And in my opinion, it's my least favorite of the franchise. And then Yakuza 0, everyone's favorite game of all time. Everyone's favorite game of all time. Yakuza 0, I'm just going to be honest. It goes here. Yakuza 0, it's fun. I was still adjusting to that combat style right after I played Like a Dragon. I'm not huge... I don't know. The Zero and Kiwami combat, I'm just not a big fan of. But I like Yakuza 0's story. I like the minigames in it. The dance floor minigame. The disco one. Can't understand for the life of me. But I enjoyed Zero. It was a fun time. I think it's a good entry point, just like these two. Where if you just want to play one game, play Zero. Play Like a Dragon, Yakuza 7, or Lost Judgment. And yeah, this is my list. Lost Judgment being the best, Kiwami being the worst game of the franchise. Once again, C tier doesn't mean the game's bad. I just think it's fine. It's fine. Man, I can't wait for all the hate comments I'm gonna get from this video of people going, "Wah, why is Kiwami on the bottom? Wah, why isn't Zero at top?" Like, I don't know, man. Like, just the combat wasn't for me. Calm down. Go play the rest of the games in the franchise. You'll understand. they're not peak. I'm sorry. Anywho, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to do the subscribe and like and all that junk. And then I'll see you guys all next time. Bye-bye.